Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Tune in daily to catch the best global reads curated just for you. Hey everyone, I'm Rinjian Jenge. Today, I'll be discussing a Gale-glazed book about communication and psychology. Nonviolent communication. The English term nonviolent communication is also called the language of love. The book, Giraffe Language, was written by psychology expert Dr. Marshall Rosenberg. He believed nonviolent communication helps us transform how we speak and listen, moving beyond knee-jerk reactions to express ourselves clearly while respecting others. Especially during conflicts, nonviolent communication fosters understanding and genuine cooperation, allowing love and respect to permeate daily life. The book includes numerous case studies from Dr. Rosenberg's practice, combining theory with practical application. Before we begin, let's consider 3 questions. First, does nonviolent communication make you submissive or passive? Second, when facing accusations, should we defend ourselves or find better solutions? Third, does nonviolent communication mean suppressing anger? While you ponder these, here's today's structure. We'll cover 3 main sections. First, what's the essence of nonviolent communication? Second, how to express yourself honestly without criticism. Third, how to listen with empathy and understanding. Let's start with Dr. Rosenberg's personal experience in Bethlehem's Desheh refugee camp. While explaining nonviolent communication at a mosque to 170 Palestinian Muslim men, Americans weren't viewed favorably by Palestinians at that time. During his speech, he noticed murmurs in the crowd. His translator warned, "They're discussing you being American."
Suddenly, a man stood up, shouting, "Murderer!" The crowd erupted, "Killer! Child! Murderer!"
Dr. Rosenberg had anticipated this reaction. On the way to the refugee camp, he saw tear gas canisters fired into the camp the previous night, each clearly stamped MADEIN USA. These refugees harbored deep anger toward Israel's American-applied weapons. He began dialogue with the man who called him murderer. "Are you angry because you want my government to change how it allocates resources?" Dr. Rosenberg was actually guessing. He wasn't sure if this assumption was correct. The key was his genuine concern for the man's feelings and needs.
"Damn right, I'm angry. You think we need tear gas? We need DRAINAGEPIPES, not your weapons. We need homes. We need to build our nation."
So you're furious. You want support for better living conditions and political independence.
Do you have any idea what it's like raising children here for 27 years? Do you comprehend even a fraction of our lived reality?
You sound desperate, wanting to know if anyone truly understands this existence.
Tell me, do you have children? Do they go to school? Have playgrounds?
My son plays in sewers. His classroom has no books. Ever seen a bookless school?
I see how painful it is for you to raise children here. You want what all parents want: proper education, safe environment, basic human rights.
You Americans talk about human rights. Let more come see what rights you've brought us.
Do you want Americans to understand our suffering and your government's impact? The 20-minute dialogue continued, the man venting pain, Rosenberg echoing emotions and needs. When felt understood, the man finally listened to Rosenberg's camp visit purpose. An hour later, the murderer accuser invited Rosenberg to his home for Ramadan feast. In this case, Dr. Marshall Rosenberg used nonviolent communication with Palestinians who harbored hatred towards Americans.
The man initially called him child killer and murderer.
yet eventually invited Rosenberg to his home for an elaborate feast. So, what exactly is nonviolent communication? What's its essence? When hearing nonviolent communication, people naturally wonder, am I being violent?
Let me list common phrases to test yourself. Why am I so stupid?
These are examples of covert verbal violence. Their commonality lies in blame, sarcasm, or reckless labeling, more insidious than physical violence. As the saying goes, harsh words leave deeper scars than blades.
Verbal abuse often causes deeper wounds than physical harm.
You might ask then, what exactly is nonviolent communication? In non-technical terms, it's expressing observations, feelings, needs, while hearing others' needs. It means honest self-expression combined with respectful listening. When hearing harsh words, we have four choices. 1. Blame ourselves. 2. Blame others. 3. Connect with our own feelings, needs. 4. Connect with others' feelings, needs. What self-blame sound like?
I'm such an idiot. Did a donkey kick my brain? The most violent self-blame word in marriage context is I shouldn't have done that. I should have tried harder. Such phrases represent self-violence, trapping people in regret and preventing them from seeing positivity.
When blaming others, you're driving me crazy. You're exhausting me.
This implies others cause our emotions, making them feel guilty. Both self-blame and blaming others mask unmet needs. Nonviolent communication reveals these. Nonviolent communication teaches. Our feelings stem from personal needs, expectations, not others' actions.
Example, your poor grades break our hearts. Makes children responsible for parental emotions. Children forced to study from guilt rather than interest damages psychological growth.
Manipulating guilt creates resentment. Nonviolent communication seeks mutual need fulfillment. The healthy approach: I take full responsibility for my emotions and actions. Express yourself honestly, without criticism or blame. Listen empathetically without assuming criticism from others. Nonviolent communication isn't temporary, it's lifelong practice. Nonviolence doesn't mean becoming passive or compliant. It advocates compassion, not inaction. It means living with love, respect, and understanding as guiding principles.
Example, wife confronts husband, forgetting anniversary. Where the hell were you? Don't care about me anymore.
How would a wife, first in non-violent communication, respond? Honey, today's our anniversary. Why are you home so late?
I feel disappointed and upset because I've been looking forward to this day and prepared extensively.
Could you explain why you're late? She clearly expressed feelings without accusation. The textbook approach. Upon hearing this, the husband would apologize and explain his lateness, perhaps providing an acceptable reason. Now let's explore the four-step method of nonviolent self-expression. The four components: observation, feeling, need, request, what, how, why, how. First, objectively describe facts without judgment. What specifically happened? Second, express emotions directly. How does this make me feel? Third, identify underlying needs. Why do I feel this way? We often blame externally. Your actions cause my frustration. Nonviolent communication emphasizes internal attribution. My unmet needs create these feelings. This self-focused analysis enables clear need expression without blame. Accusations trigger defensiveness, stating needs invites cooperation. Direct need expression increases positive response likelihood.
Example. The contract cancellation angers me because I perceive it as irresponsible.
Alternative phrasing. The contract cancellation upsets me because I wanted to rehire last year's laid-off staff, which is now impossible.
Can you sense the difference between these two expressions? Fourth step, make concrete requests. What specific action would address this? Nonviolent communication advises framing requests positively. Please do X rather than don't do Y. Only when we clearly understand our own needs can we make reasonable, specific requests. How to handle children scattering Lego pieces.
I see toys everywhere. I feel upset because I value tidiness. Could you put them in the cabinet?
Observation, disorganized toys, feeling, discomfort, need, order, request, specific cleanup action. This perfectly demonstrates nonviolent communication's 4 components. Now let's break it down. Step by step.